I've talked a lot in the Ridiculously Effective Parenting training about teaching and consequences, because those can be very useful tools. But many parents become fixated on the tools rather than focusing on the purpose of the tools. So, what is our real goal as parents? Our job as parents is to love and teach, and the end result is a child who feels free, which means living without the bondage of fear and being able to make decisions instead of just reacting to pain. That's our goal. Children who feel free and who are loving and responsible are always happy. Freedom and joy. That's the gift that we give them before they go out into the world, and the world, well, just steps on them. Envision your child as a bird. We're going to use this more than once. They begin as an egg. And in that condition, there's really not much they can do. Infants are not useful. They're certainly lovable, but not useful. And you don't throw an egg out of the nest and hope that things will work out. You have to make virtually all the decisions in the beginning and do the work, and then gradually you teach them the lessons that will enable them to fly. With love, we set them free to fly without fear. But we also teach them, love and teach, remember, the rules of the air, just same as the rules of life. We teach them about gravity and wind currents and waves and how to use their wings and flight feathers and how to fly in the dark and how to deal with predators and how to listen. The knowledge of these laws is essential to flying with freedom and joy. Not just our feeding them, they've got to learn the laws. In human life, these are called the laws of happiness. Children have to learn, for example, that anger is never, ever compatible with freedom and joy. Without that lesson, they will have endless problems with flying. They will have the same seriousness of problems if they have a lack of responsibility, and more. As we love and teach, we also must remember that we don't determine whether each child is a, say, sparrow or hawk. They have their own unique set of innate gifts and abilities, as we discussed in detail in the parenting training. But we can teach them how to develop their gifts and to avoid the controlling of people who would try to change who they are. Moreover, we can show them with our own lives, the very best teaching, what fearless flying looks like. With our example. And again, the goal is freedom and joy. If they see freedom and joy in us, they will unconsciously be motivated to want to be like that. I'm about to share with you a concept very difficult for most parents to understand. It's almost universally accepted that a, quote, good parent should be concerned for their children. We worry if they get bad grades. We worry if they're unhappy. We worry that they'll get hurt or do the wrong things. So we say things like, and I hear parents say them all day long, depending on the household you're in, be careful, get down from there, stop that, go slower, don't run, wear your coat, have you done your homework? It's endless. Our constant concern. And sure, we have to teach them how life works so that they can be happy, but the worry and concern are not helpful. If I worry about a child, I communicate the following, whether I mean to or not. You are so incompetent that I'm worried about you making good decisions. I'm concerned about you. That's what I'm communicating. I communicate you have to be hypervigilant all the time about bad things happening to you. Get down from there. Stop running. Stop. Parents teach their children fear. With my concern, I teach there's something wrong with you, that you can't handle anything without my close supervision. You need to be protected, and you are weak. Again, we don't mean to communicate these things, but worry and concern are just synonyms for fear. And a child who is surrounded by fear can't feel freedom and joy. So now you're ready for the difficult concept that I mentioned. We're almost there. We must care very much about our children, but we cannot care. Now hold on, because it'll nearly kill you the first time you hear it. We cannot care about their individual choices or mistakes. We can't care because the word care is almost universally a sneaky way of saying worry again. If you visibly care about a child's grade on a test, for example, well, of course we must care. No, if you visibly care about the test grade, the child feels as though your concern for the grade surpasses your genuine love for them. And they're usually right. So freedom comes from loving and teaching our children. That's our job, not from controlling them, which is what we're doing when we worry about them, which we call caring, and constantly telling them what to do. This is hard stuff, but the law of choice is the single most important principle in the universe. And until we teach our children to make their own choices, they're crippled. Are there any exceptions to not caring about their individual decisions? Well, sure. What I'm stating is a general principle. We wouldn't let them drive drunk, for example, if there was something we could do about it, like, take the keys, because the price is too high. Or learn to play kickball on the highway. But those are exceptions. On the whole, we have to not care about most individual decisions because that's how they learn. It's how they learn freedom and joy. Your children are birds, remember? They need to fly. They need to feel freedom and joy. The rules we teach them are only to help them fly better and not be injured unnecessarily. But we're not here to control them or fly for them or protect them from every little mistake they could make. We're here to love them and teach them how to fulfill their own gifts and to feel freedom and joy.